from
Ken Hovind.
an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. This call will be recorded and monitored. Your advance pay account balance is $78.44. For customer assistance, billing inquiries, or to block future calls, dial 1-877-650-4249. To hear the cost of this call, press 8 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. Do not use three-way or call waiting features during this call. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, Brother Hovind here. Is this a good time?
Yes, sir. It's a good time.
All right. Three things.
Okay.
One, I need to put a new ending on that Bible study because they called me out over to the door real quickly, so I kind of had to shut it off too fast.
Okay.
Secondly, I went to the dentist. They called me to the dentist. One of my teeth, because of the neglect of the BOP, I just wanted to see, can it still be saved and crowned? And he said yes. So there's going to be another lawsuit eventually over what they did using the GIC. That's a long story. Anyway, so just for the record, it's that as of today, April 15th, it is still savable. I've been trying desperately to not lose that tooth. As a public speaker, you know, your teeth that show when Tyler talks.
It's kind of important to have your teeth.
I want to be like a Beverly Hillbilly.
It's kind of important, yeah. I understand.
Thirdly, somebody is buying me these eye care packages, which is wonderful, from the commissary. It's a combination of all kinds of stuff, soup and coffee and everything else, but I got 6 of them today. My room is jammed with commissary stuff. Tell whoever's doing it, please stop for about 3 months. I got enough to go for a long time.
Okay. I guess that's a good problem to have, though. Oh, my goodness.
Well, thank you. Now, what I'm going to do is what I did in the other dorm. I have a whole long list of Bible verses, and if you memorize the verse, you get to choose an item of commissary soup or something. So I will use this to bribe the guys to get into the Bible and memorize things. So
Gotcha.
It'll work out wonderfully well.
Okay. No, very good. Very good.
Whoever's doing it, thank you. Tell them thank you, and please stop.
I will get this message out, and you know, I've already uploaded your previous Bible study, but if you like, I'll do a clean run, and we'll say a continuation or something like that, if that's okay with you.
Well, no, maybe it's good enough as is. Okay, just forget it then.
Okay, it's entirely up to you. Here's what I titled it. I called it Ken Hovind Bible Study, and then I put : Contradictions in the Bible. Is that a proper name for that?
Sure, that'd be good.
Okay, very, very good. I do have Bible questions, and I don't know if you want to jump into that or if you have anything else.
No, that'd be great.
Okay, let's do that. Quite a few questions came in overnight. Let's see what we got here. Let's start off with John Watson. And I don't know what I'm getting into. I haven't read them yet, so we'll read them together for the first time. John Watson, Dear Pastor Hovind, I have bought your 10-disc DVD series, Dr. Ken Hovind's Creation Seminar boxed set with international subtitles. I was wanting to make sure if it's okay to copy them and to give copies to my parents. Also, may I copy them and put them on my YouTube channel if I can figure out how to do that? I have another question about the right way to handle something. Again, my pastor was preaching and said to the whole congregation that the mark would be something on, and he capitalizes on the right hand or on the forehead. He said he wouldn't be too dogmatic about it, but it may be a tattoo or something of the sort. I'm sure he sincerely loves the Lord. He's a great preacher, but I'm starting to see some problems with his interpretation because of the Bible he's teaching from. He preaches out of the ESV, I guess that stands for English Standard Version Bible. I'm a King James reader. Mine says in the right hand or forehead. How do you handle something like this? I'm so inadequate and I'm really a nobody in my town. Thanks, John, and thank you, Pastor Hovind.
All right, well, thank you. I knew a Johnny Watson in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Jonesboro, Arkansas. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but anyway, yes, thank you for the question. And yes, you are welcome to copy the stuff and give it out on the 2 conditions we've always had. Don't change it and don't sell it. But if you're giving it out and copying it for free, please do. We are trying to win the war, not build the castle. That's the goal here. So, and some people seem to be determined to build their castle instead of win the war. So, guys, you're missing the point here. far as YouTube, that's also perfectly fine. You got my permission. Go for it. Same condition. Don't sell it. Don't change it at all. But please, put it up there. Now, the problem that many pastors love the Lord sincerely. No question they're godly, and I don't question their motives at all, but they work from the wrong book. They're working from the wrong Bible. And
this call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
They're going to come to the wrong conclusion every time. The mark of the beast goes in the hand, as the King James says, and all the other versions say on the hand, and they are wrong. So I would recommend that maybe you get, there's a good book called Which Bible that you can get from chick.com. There is a lot of good material on this from avpublications.com. That's authorized version, AV. That's in Virginia. Gail Ripplinger. Great book called In Awe of Thy Word, and I forget the name of the one that's got the black cover on it in the red letters. A fabulous book, though, on the different Bible versions. One of the best ever written by Gail Ripplinger from AV Publications. There are lots of ministries that deal with this topic, the whole Bible version issue, and that would solve the problem because it's clear it goes in the hand, not on the hand. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you, Johnny.
All right, no, thank you, Pastor Hovind. The next question comes from Brother Mark in Belfast, Ireland. He's wrote in quite a few questions, and he's a true blessing. His letter this morning says, "Hello, brothers in Christ. Thank you, Pastor Hovind, for answering these questions. My question is, was Jesus, in your mind, a funny guy? And do you think somehow he did things to laugh at us? I'll put it like this. It's like God watching a TV show and there is only one channel, which is Earth, and instead of remaining distant from the show that he himself directed, became part of it. Jesus in Matthew 14:29 said, 'Come,' and Peter fell into the water and began to sink. But this has to be Jesus having fun with his mates, because if Jesus knew he had a little faith and would sink, was this what you do to Ken Hovind? You break this ice with humor and you bond through laughing at the same thing. So would these men who were piled into a little boat and who watched Peter kicking and screaming after Peter got back into the boat, I'm 99% sure they bonded through fear, the ultimate humor. I believe Jesus was having fun here. Is that okay, Dr. Hovind, or am I thinking wrong about this message, brother? Love from my Irish wife. Also, she loves you. Blessings from Ireland, Belfast."
Well, hey, thank you, sir. My wife's Irish, too, so I will pray for you. I understand how stubborn they can be. And how wonderful they can be. But they definitely have this stubborn Irish streak in them. I understand really well, actually. Anyway, so thank you, Phil. Yes, I believe Jesus was a great guy to be around, as evidenced by the fact that there were always crowds around him. They wanted to be with him, and especially the children. The children loved to be with Jesus. And the disciples tried to get rid of them. Get these kids out of here. No. The fact that the kids loved Jesus is a great indication that he was a great guy, a fun guy to be with. You can't fool kids. I mean, they know whether you're genuine or sincere or not, and if you love them. And so that's, to me, a great indicator. As far as them laughing at Peter falling in the water, I think there's no question they would have, ha, Peter, you're all wet. But then Peter would have, had he maybe not been shivering or whatever, said, "Hey, guys, at least I walked on it. You stayed in the boat." So probably that was a source of kidding and contention maybe for many years to come. All of those guys, with the exception of John, were later killed for their faith. I mean, they took this very seriously, their Christianity. I take mine very seriously. But at the same time, this world is not my home. I'm just a passing through. We have to realize, hey, this is all temporary. Forget it. It doesn't matter what happens down here. It matters what we do for the Lord. So if everything goes bad and everybody's mean to you and if they kill you, okay, this is just a temporary thing. This is like we are on the basketball court right now, and the bleachers are full of people watching us. There's a great crowd of spectators watching us. Hebrews 12 teaches that. After you read Hebrews 11 with all these great people of the faith down through history, then it says, "Wherefore, seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us run with patience the race that is set before us." Everybody who's gone on before is up in heaven watching us. We are on the track now. it's our time to perform this little short lifetime of 70, 80, 90 years, and then it's over, and we go join them in the stands, and we'll be cheering the next generation coming along. And if you fall down and stumble, they're not laughing and mocking you, saying, "Ha ha, you idiot." They're saying, "Get up." They're cheering, "Let's go, let's go." So I look at it like an Olympics or something. We're on the track. This is our time, and it's going to be short. And mine's probably at least half over. If I make it to 125, I got,
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
So yeah, this is the time to really go, and I think Jesus was always encouraging his disciples and complimenting them. "Come on, guys, you can do it. This is great. That was a good job." My dad was so good at the positive feedback that very rarely anything negative or derogatory. It was always positive. And so many kids are raised with the negative and the derogatory, and they think God is that way, and it's not that way at all. They think, "Well, Dad, it's very simple. Dads, if your kids avoid you, you're doing something wrong. Go look in the mirror and say, 'God, help me. What am I doing?' Can't you say something nice, something complimentary? If the kid mows the grass, do you have to, instead of saying, 'Thank you, son, for mowing the grass,' do you say, 'Why didn't you fill it with gas?' Or 'Why didn't you eat?' Or do you always have to have something negative to say? God is positive. He loves us. He wants the very best for us. He's trying to get the most out of us. But I look at God the way I look at my Heavenly Father. I look at God the way I look at my earthly father. He wants me to make it. He wants to teach me, and I wanted to be with him. Actually, when it came dating time in my life, I double dated with my mom and dad quite often. I thought, wow, I want to go with my mom and dad for multiple reasons. I love being with them, number one. Number two, Dad has a much thicker wallet. Number three, he's got a much nicer car. Number four, I want him to approve of these girls I've been selecting. If your kids don't want to be with you, you're doing something wrong. Encourage them, compliment them, teach them things. Proverbs 4, I think it is, 4:1, he taught me also. Solomon talking about his dad, David. So, yes, I think Jesus was a great guy to be with. I think he was fun. I can't wait to be in heaven with him. I don't think we're going to be sitting around on clouds all day playing music. I think it's going to be a blast. I wanted our Dinosaur Adventure Land in Pensacola to be such a place where the kids could not wait to come, and at closing time they would cry, "Do we have to go?" "Yep, time's up. Our family wants to eat. Get out of here. We're hungry." But it was just absolutely off the chart. It was so fun, and it was simple stuff, but it was just plain fun. And this next one I'm going to build someplace is going to be 100 times better. That was a trial run, so be praying for that. I got a lot of folks looking for property in southern Mississippi or southern Alabama. If anybody wants to help, I'd like 500 to 1,000 acres in the country, and I'd prefer something with a cave on it because it's going to be a science camp, Boy Scout type camping and stuff like that. So anybody can help me find a spot and build a lake and have camping and creation, a museum, a science center, a theme park. And I want it to be so fun. You can ask anybody of any church I've ever been to. I focus on the kids, and after I'm done preaching, the kids flock around me, and I teach them magic tricks and show them things. And they want to be with me. I'm trying to make Jesus like my model. And I think Jesus laughed. I think he was fun. I think he certainly had his enemies, as do I. And there's certainly always people after him trying to beat him up or lock him up or crucify him, like they're after me. But he's my model. And yes, so the long answer to a short question, yes. Mark, I think he was a great, funny guy, but also knew how to be serious and knew how to turn the money changers' tables over and throw them out of the temple. But he went about doing good. Acts chapter 10, I don't know the verse number, but it says Jesus went about doing good. That's my model. Every place I go, wherever they put me in the prison system, I want people that after I leave to say, "Wow, Kent was a good guy. He helped us." And all this commissary stuff people sent me today, gee whiz, please stop. I got way too much. But I will use it to encourage guys to live for God, to read their Bible, to do good.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think I would have laughed at Peter, and then I would have been very embarrassed that I didn't jump out on the water, too. So. Anyway, thank you for the question. All right, are there more, brother? I can call back.
Yes, sir, there are more, and I'll ask you to think about whether you've seen the movie called Zeitgeist, which I guess you haven't since you've been in prison, but maybe there's a whole movement called Zeitgeist, and I'll mention that when you call back, sir.
Okay, we'll do it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Pastor Kent Hovind, Bible questions, ruddavis@yahoo.com. He eats these like candy and goes through them very fast. So Bible and creation questions, evolution questions. God bless you guys.